Hello guys, it's Chase Harmon here with Spinnaker TV, and I am with the Ignite Party candidates for president and vice president. So, could you guys please introduce yourselves? Tell me your name, your year, your major, and just a little about who you are.
Hi, I'm Rachel Saunders. I'm a junior studying psychology. I'm from Tampa, Florida, and I have a cat named Alice, and I am currently the Senate President at Student Government.
And I'm Emily Echevarria. I'm also a junior. I'm studying political science, and I'm from here. I'm from Jacksonville, and I currently serve as the Chief of Staff for the Schneider administration, and I'm running for Vice President.
All right. So, when did you guys decide to run for as a team for the president?
I think it was sometime kind of like later in the fall semester. Emily and I had just run our fall campaign, and we realized that we worked really well together. And we thought that we would make a good team, especially representing and leading the students and serving the students.
All right. What is the number one issue on your agenda above anything else?
I think that answer probably differs for both of us. So I'm probably going to let Emily answer for her first, and then I can answer.
Sounds good.
Sure. I guess for me, it's campus safety. That's always been a big initiative of mine in all of my roles in student government. I worked really closely on a sexual assault JR that we passed last semester, trying to provide more resources. And now I'm working to run the new SKIES program, which shuttles students at night. So I think safety has always been a big focus of my time in SG, and I'd really like to see that going forward as well.
All right.
For me, it's really difficult to decide because, with Ignite, we have kind of three branches, and they're all pretty feasible and, not simple, but accomplishable tasks to do. But I'll, go ahead and say that fun is probably one of my favorite branches that we have. The dining options at UNF aren't the best. Party in the plaza isn't really cutting it for many people, and school spirit is not extremely high. So I want UNF to be somewhere that everyone is excited to be and, proud to say that they're attending. But of course it's not, the most important thing, but just saying that as, kind of after COVID, let's kind of get back to a little bit of a more fun campus, a little bit more normal campus, get some social engagement in there.
All right. What kind of steps would you take to help things return to normal?
That's a fantastic question. Well, I mean, I don't know if you've known this, but in previous years, there's a lot more engagement activities with student government. And so there's tacos with the treasurer, pizza with the provost, kind of things like that, so that you can get to know student government and the administration, the faculty and administration. Stuff like that has not been going on because of COVID. And I think that things like that can happen as long as the right precautions are taken place. So masks, social distancing, kind of that kind of thing. Bringing the university back into a more normal existence is, of course, not something that student government can just tackle on its own. We need all the students to kind of help and do their part. Wear masks and social distance, and regularly get tested, get the vaccine when it's available, and then we can get back to a normal life.
Okay. So I've heard you mention the SKIES program many times and during the debate as well. Could you tell me a bit about that?
I think that Emily is probably overqualified to talk about that one because she is currently kind of acting as the director of SKIES. She's acting as it, not actually appointed. So she can go ahead and talk about that.
All right.
Yeah, so after the Black Lives Matters protest, a lot of students, especially at UNF, said they felt uncomfortable with UPD helping with safety on campus. So our previous chief of staff, Mina Masudi, worked with the current vice president, Kayla, to kind of develop this program. It's a program that UNF used to have, but it didn't really work out very well. It was in the 90s. So we decided to bring it back because a lot of other schools in Florida do a similar program. Basically, wherever you are on campus at night, between 7 and midnight, Monday through Wednesday, SKIES will drive you where you need to go in a golf cart or walk you wherever you need to go so that you're not, walking alone or caught in the rain or anything like that. And I think it's a really great program. I've been helping run it with Kayla. And I think once if we were to get into office, it would be great to expand the hours and the days of the week, maybe let it run later into the night and have it run Monday through Friday, hire some more pilots, because I think it has the potential to serve a lot of students, and there's already been a lot of interest in it. And I think it could be a great thing to help our students feel more safe.
It also kind of provides an opportunity to offer more jobs on campus to students. The job is a fantastic job because you actually can like work on homework and do other things while you're waiting for those dispatch calls. And you know, I'm always very pro giving more students on campus opportunities for jobs because I mean, not everyone has a car. Not everyone can get to a workplace, and you know, sometimes it's just easiest to work where you live, which for a lot of people is campus.
Right. So you mentioned they tried it in the 90s and have some problems with it. What steps would you take now, or what problems were there, and what steps would you take to fix those problems?
I don't remember the specific problems. I think Kayla's probably more qualified to speak on that, but I think it was just problems with running it and coordinating with UPD, but the way we're running it, it doesn't have any UPD involvement. And I think especially with the way campus has grown, I think we're not really seeing a lot of those issues. A lot more students are using it to get around campus. So I think a lot of the issues really came from like lack of student engagement, and we haven't really seen a problem with that so far.
Okay. What kind of steps would you take to make sure that student voice is heard and represented in student government?
Well, that's a fantastic question. So one of our branches is actually inclusivity. And I don't know, again, if you know this, but recently this semester, or actually it was past semester, sorry. So summer and fall, there was something called the Constitutional Revision Committee. And essentially every 3 years, the UNF SG Constitution is edited, you know, revised, brought up to date. And there was something on the agenda to do, and it was something that I kind of spearheaded with, you know, other members of the Constitutional Revision Committee, to add the said presidents to Senate, to let them have a seat in Senate and discuss, you know, matters in Senate, discuss legislation, give their opinion on, you know, voting matters. They can't actually vote, but give their opinion on it, just to kind of help get a more represented like vote and decision on different matters that SG handles. Something that we were like wanting to do is potentially making a council for diversity so that not only do they have a voice in Senate, but they also are, you know, giving reports and, you know, helping to create legislation, working closely with the executive branch to plan events, and make sure that student government is fully representative, not just 40 senators and, you know, the executive branch, but, you know, we're working towards a more diverse kind of student government.
Okay. Why do you believe that you're the best choice out of the 3 candidates to lead the student body?
You know, that's a great question. I have a lot of experience. And I know I've talked about it and talked about it and talked about it, and talking about myself is very difficult for me because, you know, it's not about me, it's about the students. But you know, this past year, I was lucky enough to be nominated and elected as Senate President. And I have worked this entire year as Senate President, and I've overcome a lot of obstacles. I've got to sit on a variety of UWCs. So Commission on Diversity and Inclusion is one of the ones I sit on. The Student Government Scholarship Committee is one of the ones I sit on. I've got to build relationships with administration and kind of work really closely with this current administration and see what needs to be changed, what can be changed, what they left off, and just kind of what is actually possible in scope of student government. But I think short answer is just I have a lot of experience with student government.
All right. And what kind of legacy would you like to leave behind?
That's a great question. So for legacy, I would say that I just want students to remember me as someone who worked hard for them, to get their voices represented, to get their ideas accomplished, to make UNF a place that they want to be. And you know, just that I'm a hardworking person and that I want to do the best that I can for them.
Okay. How about you, Emily?
I would say I would be happy if the students remembered what we did rather than what my name was or what even I look like. If they can look back and look at this guides program and say, that was a great thing, I'm so glad our school had that. Or our dining options were so great, I'm so glad student government changed that. And they just remember our organization is one that truly serves students, that would make me happy.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's all the questions I have for you. Is there anything else you would like to say?
Vote Ignite March 9th and 10th.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for having us.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Voting begins on Tuesday, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, you hear that, Ospreys? Tuesday and Wednesday, get out there and vote, and we'll see what happens.
All right, thank you so much.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.